Hey everybody, this is Perch. Hope you're doing okay, wherever you are, whatever you happen to be doing. All right, so let's get a hypothetical ethics question. I like hypotheticals. We'll do it. I thought it was hypocritical ethics question. I know. No, I'm just kidding. It was a hypothetical. I read it right. All right, it says, "Good evening, Perch." Uh, Good evening. That sounds very fun. Good evening, sir. I thank you for coming to this show. I'm going to forget that this was the thing that you said and upload this in the morning and sound like a real asshole when I say good evening back when it's clearly morning. Anyway, good evening, Perch. Nice to hear you're going to be okay. Well, I mean, I don't, I don't know about that. I am coughing on a continual basis, and my voice seems to wildly fluctuate, like I'm going through puberty. No jokes, mumbles, but that's where we're at. In the past, you have stated that when comics professionals tell you things in confidence, you keep that confidence. I do. But what if they confess to you something illegal that they've done? Okay. For example, what if Gail Simone told you she ran over a hitchhiker on a lonely country road and left him to die in a ditch? It feels like I should have a really good joke right now to come out with that, but that is pretty funny. Um, so lonely country road, and the hitchhiker was between her and a buffet. No, I'm just kidding. That's mean. That's mean. That's mean. It's a mean joke. Mean joke. You know what's funny is I've met Gail Simone. She's actually a lovely person. And when I interviewed Nancy Collins, this was at the height of a lot of people saying Perch is a bad guy who follows bad people. Gail Simone ignored that and is like, "Hey, this is a really great interview with Nancy Collins, and this Perch guy asked some good questions. Great to see you. Thank you, Perch, for doing it." She posted that, and she got the concern trolls like, "You shouldn't retweet. You shouldn't, post out a link to this video with this bad guy who's a bad person with bad things. You don't like the bad guy with the bad stuff." And Gail's like, "Hey, fuck off." I don't remember what she said, but it may have actually been just that. It's like, "Hey, fuck off." And so, I mean, yeah, she's been nice to me, so I shouldn't make jokes. But I'm I am enamored with this idea of like sitting down for drinks with Gail Simone. She's like, "I have to tell you something. I ran over a hitchhiker." I don't know why I find that so funny, but I can picture it. I don't think I've had drinks with Gail Simone. I've talked to Gail Simone in a hotel bar, but I don't think we were drinking. Anyway, um, and don't get any ideas when you're in San Diego. Like half the places you meet are a hotel bar, especially like that Hyatt hotel bar. That's a good bar. The Marriott is ass for. All right, what else we got here? It says, okay, you only gave two examples in this mail, by the way. You could have just had me laughing for 15 minutes. You just would have kept going. So I'm going to have to do it for you. So, or if Tom King told you he robbed a grave, he'd be Tom King would be too depressed to pick up a shovel. Would you feel obligated to inform the police? Yes, yes, I would tell the police. Would you tell your YouTube audience? Probably not. Not until the police did their job, and then when it goes down to like, hey, I'll tell you a funny story. You know why they arrested Tom King? It's because he got drunk in a hotel bar, and I was drinking whiskey sours, and he was drinking Shirley Temples, and no, I'm just kidding. No, he's a Corona Rita kind of guy. He's like, I was drinking my Corona Ritas, and I robbed graves. I actually robbed graves, and so I thought, well, this asshole's got to be locked up. So, I went to the police and said, hey, I got a tip for you. This is probably one of those cases, like, again, if Tom King or who else? It's like, I don't know, like Dan Slott is like, hey, when what did Dan Slott do? Like, not wear his seatbelt on the plane? He can't get the seatbelt on. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Sorry, not going to make that joke again. That's mean, mean, mean. Damn. What would Dan Slott do? I don't know, like kill a homeless guy or something. Like, the reason I'm so late on my scripts and I have to get a ghostwriter in is because I kill homeless people. Yeah, I'd go to the police with that, wouldn't you? I hope so. I mean, hey, if you're ever having a drink with me, and I say you have my permission. You don't need my permission for this. But if you're ever having a drink with me sometime, and hopefully I meet you, person who's listening, and I buy you a beer, we're sitting there, I'm like, hey, as long as we're drinking this beer, I've got a secret to tell you. I like to pick up prostitutes and then strangle them to death and dump them in a river. I call it the old I don't know what I call it, the old killing prostitutes and dumping them in a river. Um, yeah, I'd want you should go to the police with that. If I ever told you, please do, get me out of, get me off the road. That's that's what you should do. I don't think it's. I mean, I guess it's an ethical question what you're asking here, but yeah, no, I mean, like I do. So I do keep confidences. And it's like somebody a writer tells me about another writer who is did something kind of stepped out on their spouse and to show and everybody's talking about it. Like that's the kind of stuff, like I hear that all the time. I swear there isn't a con that goes by that some creator is not tattling on another creator who's sleeping with a third creator who's not their husband or wife. That is every show. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why anyone cares. You look at some of these people and you're like, nobody wants to sleep with any of these. Like, I have no interest in sleeping with anybody involved because, yikes. But anyway, that goes on a regular basis, and that's happened. And I keep my mouth shut. And I have been in this situation once, and you can judge me if you like, where then I saw the creator and his wife, and I'm like, I'm not saying a word. And I saw these creators. I've just ruined some marriages now. This creator's listening to this, like, God damn it, was that me? No, no, no. Here, I'll give you a clue. This isn't revealing anything, but the person I'm talking about has never been on my show. Okay, that rules out lots and lots of people. Never been on my show. Never commented on my show. As far as I know, never listened to my show. Never been involved in any way, shape, or form. Okay, there you go. See that I've had I've had good meetups with lots of different people. For example, you want a lovely couple. Sean Gordon Murphy and Katana are just a lovely couple. Here's two people that I show up with my kids, and here's this guy who draws dark and gritty Batman, running people over with a car, and his wife Katana is a very, very talented romance novelist and wrote that Harley Quinn series at the time that was lots of murder and other things. And these two are just being the nicest possible people to my kids. Just fun, asking them questions. My daughter was like rambling on some story about school that has nothing to do with anything, and just it was like one of those stories that just kept getting twists and turns and 800 different variations. Like, and then the principal or then my teacher said, "No, you can't turn in your homework that way." So I went to go have a snack, and the snack I had was like they're going on with this story, and Katana's sitting there like nodding, like, "Oh wow, that's cool, yeah, okay," and I'm like, "I'll shut up, my kids. Sorry." But just wonderful people, absolutely wonderful people. Anyway, it feels like I was trying to get myself out of trouble there, but there's no trouble, no trouble. Where were we with all this? Ethical stuff. No, I think if it's illegal, if there's a crime involved, then yeah, I would go to the police. I think you would be obligated to go to the police. I would definitely go to the police, not make a YouTube video about it. That is absolutely true. But it's I keep my secrets. I have people tell me secrets. Most of them are secrets you don't really give a shit in the first place about. Like, for example, hey, did you know so-and-so sleeping with so-and-so? I mean, it's like, I don't care about any of those people. So no, I mean, I guess thank you for telling me, but that going into my head doesn't help me, you, anyone. So anyway, that's about it. Now I'm trying to think of other crimes that people would commit. So what are other things people would do? You know, Joe Quesada commits the crime of fucking over Spider-Man for decades. Um, Arrest him for that. Jesus. I don't know. I've Tom King robbing graves. He'd be too sad to do that. Now, Tom King's a roofie in the drink kind of guy if I've ever met one. that's I'm just speculating here. I totally am going to pull the plug on this because it's going nowhere good. Anyway, what fake crimes do you think comic creators are up to? Let me know in the comments below. What would these people get up? What would a Rob Liefeld get up to? What would a what is a Jim Lee doing? What are give me your worst possible crimes that creators could do that you would go to the police for. I'm tired. Jesus. Hey, killing me, my voice. All right. That's all we got. Thanks for listening.